Hi friends, today I will explain about Snowpipe. So first of all I will tell you what is continuous loading, what is a Snowpipe, what are the steps in creating Snowpipe, what is the syntax of Snowpipe, and what are all the DDL statements associated with Snowpipe. And in the next session I will explain you how we can troubleshoot a Snowpipe. If it is failing, how we can troubleshoot it and how we can manage the Snowpipe. These two things I will explain in the next session. Okay. So first of all, what is continuous loading? In one of my previous sessions, I have already explained what is the difference between bulk loading and continuous loading. Bulk loading means loading large amounts of data, okay, at one time. But if I have some real time data which is coming, like if I need to load the data for every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes or every 1 hour, like that, that means whenever the data is available at the external cloud storage providers side, we need to load we need to load those files immediately into Snowflake. So that is called continuous loading. That means loading small volumes of data in continuous manner, like for every 1 hour or for every 10 minutes or whenever the data files are available in the external cloud storage locations. Okay, and I already explained, right? So why we load data continuously into Snowflake tables? Because if it is a live data or real time data, and if business needs the data for live analysis, suppose if we consider any uh, a cricket update application like Cricinfo or Crickbuzz. Okay, so whenever the ball is being bowled and the batter is batting, so immediately we are getting updates, right? So in the applications, in the apps, Crickbuzz app or Cricinfo app, we can see the immediate within seconds. So how that is happening? That means someone is entering the data and immediately we can see that in the application. That means some continuous loads of data is happening. So suppose if they are not updating the continuous data after 1 hour or after one day, if they are giving those scores, that is not useful. The users, okay, expecting the data immediately. That means when the ball is being bowled, within next 5 seconds or 6 seconds or within 2 seconds, they want to see the score, what happened. So we need live and real time data. So for that purpose we go for continuous loads, right? So this ensures users have the latest data for business analysis. So as an example, I have explained about the cricketing application. But consider where we have a business of hundreds of billions dollars. They need real time data. They need to take decisions very quickly, right? In that case they need all the real time data, live data for their analysis. In that case this continuous loading will help them a lot for analyzing the real time live data. Okay, so in Snowflake we have a concept called Snowpipe. Snow Snowflake uses Snowpipes for continuous data loads into Snowflake tables. Suppose we are using some cloud storage location where my source team is sending the uh, files to that external cloud storage. Whenever the file appear in that cloud storage location, okay, I want to load that immediately into Snowflake. So for that, Snowflake is giving one concept called Snowpipe. So create a Snowpipe, mention your copy command, okay, then whenever the file appears in that external cloud storage location, immediately that file will be loaded into the table. So for that they have designed a concept called Snowpipe. Okay, so let's see in detail about Snowpipe. What is a Snowpipe? A Snowpipe is a named database object that contains copy command used to load the data. So we have to create this pipe by using create pipe syntax. So it's a named database object. That means it's exist in the database, and it contains the copy command that is used to load the data. So inside the pipe, what we have to put? We have to put our copy command. You already know about copy command. I have explained in uh, in my previous sessions. Okay, copy into table name from, okay, the from the internal or external stage. If it is external stage, mention the storage integration object, and what is the file format and what is the location of the file. So we mention everything in the copy command, right? So we have to mention that copy command in the snowpipe definition. Okay, snowpipe loads data within minutes after files are added to a stage and submitted for ingestion. Okay, so suppose we have created one storage integration object between AWS S3 and our Snowflake, and whenever we copy some files or whenever the source team who is supplying the input data files, whenever they copy some files or whenever they put some files in the AWS S3 bucket, immediately they will be loaded into Snowflake. How that is happening in the background, we'll see today. Okay, even I will show you practically within seconds how the files will be loaded. Whenever we put some files in that storage location, within some seconds they will be loaded into the tables. So for that we need to do some configurations. We'll explain you clearly after this PPT. Okay. Snowpipe uses compute resources provided by Snowflake. It is a serverless task. Suppose whenever we want to execute something, we need a warehouse, right? We have to specify which warehouse we have to use for running that query. But for running Snowpipe, we don't need any warehouse. We don't need to specify any warehouse because Snowflake is providing resources for executing Snowpipes, and some Snowflake credits will be consumed from Snowflake side, and the bill will come in the monthly usage bill. Okay, so it is a serverless task. That means we don't need to supply any virtual warehouse name from our side. So the credits will be consumed from Snowflake side. Okay, and this process of setting up Snowpipe is one time. That means suppose if I have some customer file or employee file or product file, I want to load that file into some customer table in my Snowflake database, right? So we so without doing any settings, it will not happen, right? So we have to do some one-time setup, some event triggering notifications, right? So that is one-time setup. We don't need to touch every time this notification settings and everything. So whenever there is a requirement to load one more file into another table, then that time we have to do one more time setup. That means by using Snowpipe, we can copy one file or one file pattern into one table only. Suppose if I have two files, employee file and customer file, and I have two tables, employee table and customer table, within single by using a single Snowpipe, I cannot load both the tables. So if I want to load multiple tables from multiple files, distinct files, I have to create those many pipes. Okay, so but for from one file to one table, it's a one time setup. We don't need to touch it again and again, unless until if we need to do some changes to our notification settings or integration objects. Okay, so and Snowflake is suggesting some maximum file size 100 to 250 MB for continuous ingestion. So Snowflake recommends the micro files which are in size of 100 to 250 MB. Okay, Snowpipe uses file loading metadata associated with each pipe object to prevent reloading the same files. Suppose there is a file in the source team has copied one file to the S3 bucket, and within a minute the file was loaded to Snowflake table. After 1 minute, the source team is after 5 minutes or 10 minutes, source team is sending another file. So now there will be two files, right? There will be two files in the S3 bucket. So next time whenever Snowpipe runs, will it copy both the files into the table? No. Okay, because we know, right, there is a metadata management in Snowflake. So Snowpipe uses file loading metadata, okay, associated with each pipe object. So each pipe object maintains some metadata. So it contains, so what are all the files already loaded and what are all the files to be loaded. So this metadata will help us in preventing reloading of the same files, so that the same files will be not loaded. Okay, so this is about Snowpipe. Snowpipe is a named database object that contains copy command which loads the data. Snowpipe loads data within minutes whenever the files appears in the external cloud storage locations. Okay, and Snowpipe uses compute resources provided by Snowflake, so we don't need to supply any virtual warehouse for this, and it's a serverless task. So we have to do some one-time setup of notification settings whenever we need to set up a Snowpipe between external stage and Snowflake table. Okay, and suggested micro file size is 100 and 100 to 250 MB. Okay, so this is about Snowpipe and how Snowpipe works. Okay, so we already know, in my previous session I have explained the integration between AWS and Snowflake. So I think you have gone through that video. If not yet, first please go through that video. It will give you a lot of details how we can integrate any external cloud storage any external cloud storage with the Snowflake. Okay, so how Snowpipe works? Suppose, as I have explained already, so we need storage integration objects between external cloud storage providers and Snowflake as the integration point, right? That object is called storage integration object. Suppose we have a storage integration object set up already, but now how can the Snowpipe recognizes that a file has appeared in the S3 bucket and it has to be loaded in the Snowflake table. Okay, so let's take this diagram. Okay, so these files you can see here, right? These are the files from my source. I have a source provider who will be uh, putting the files or copying the files to my external cloud storages. Okay, suppose in my example, okay, I'm using AWS S3 bucket as my external cloud storage. Okay, so the source team is copying some files to AWS S3 buckets. Okay, so along with that AWS S3 service, we have some cloud notification services. These cloud storage notification services are available with each of this AWS, Azure, GCP. Okay, they are part of their cloud storage services. Suppose this cloud storage notification service is part of one of the AWS service. That means whenever a file appears here in the S3 bucket we have specified in the storage integration object, okay, immediately it will send a notification. It will trigger a notification to the Snowpipe. So this is a Snowpipe object we have created in our Snowflake account. Okay, so this part is the Snowpipe created in the Snowflake account. So uh, whenever we set up these notification services properly between the external cloud storage and the Snowpipe, so immediately a notification will be triggered to the Snowpipe saying, so there is some file and it can be loaded into the Snowflake table. Like that, it will send a notification. So whenever Snowpipe receives notification, what it will do, it will go and fetch the data from this AWS S3 bucket. That means it will extract this file. Okay, whenever it receives this trigger, saying the file is ready to be loaded, okay, immediately this no pipe, what it will do, it will fetch the data. It will fetch the data file from this AWS S3 bucket and then loads it into the table. It's a simple configuration, you can see. So we have some source team who is copying the files to our cloud storage locations. Here we are setting two things. One is between storage integration between cloud storage and the Snowflake. Okay, and the second thing is cloud storage notification services. These are S3 is simple storage service, right? So like that we have notification services. We have to create one notification service between Snowpipe and AWS, so that whenever file appears in the AWS S3 bucket, immediately one notification will be sent to Snowpipe. Then Snowpipe will understand a file is ready to be loaded from AWS S3, and it will fetch that data file and it will process that file and load it into a table. So this is how Snowpipe works in Snowflake. Okay. Now what are all the steps in creating Snowpipe? This is important. We have to follow all these steps to activate a Snowpipe. Okay. First of all, we have to create storage integration object between our external cloud storage, okay, and our Snowflake account. Okay, second thing is we have to create a stage object by using the storage integration object. So this I have already explained in the previous session. So after creating the storage integration object, by referencing this object name, we have to create a stage object. Okay, that means from where we have to fetch that file. and load it into Snowflake. Okay, then we have to create and test the copy command to load the data. Suppose just assume the file is there and I want to copy that file. What is the command we use? Copy command. So let's create and test your copy command like it is working properly. Then you can create a pipe by placing this copy command inside this pipe. Okay, we'll show you how we can do this. Okay, first of all, just like sample, you just create a copy command and make sure that copy command is in runnable state. Then put create a pipe by using this copy command. Okay, so we'll show you how we can create a copy command, how we can create a pipe. The syntax I will show you in the next slide. Okay, then once the pipe setup is completed, um, once the pipe creation is completed, we have to do some setup like creating the event notifications at the cloud storage provider's end. That can be AWS S3 or Azure or GCP. Okay, we'll show you all these steps practically today. Okay, so what is the Snowpipe syntax? So this is very important. Okay, so in interviews you may get this question. Can you write the syntax of creating a Snowpipe? Okay, so this is like a create or replace pipe. Okay, create or replace pipe, the Snowpipe name. Okay, auto ingest equals to true or false. So whenever you make auto ingest equals to true, that means the files will be loaded immediately whenever they appear uh, in the AWS S3 bucket or the cloud storage locations. Whenever you update it as false, then even though the files are coming into the storage external cloud storage locations, they will not be loaded. Okay, so we have to make it always auto ingest equals to true. Okay, if we want the pipe to be active and running. Okay, and so create or replace pipe name auto ingest equals to true, as then we have to put our copy command here. Okay, so copy into table name from the external stage name, storage integration. Okay, the file format, all that copy command we have to place it here. Okay, so this is the simple syntax of creating a Snowpipe. Okay, and what are all the DDL statements associated with the Snowpipe? So these are all the DDL statements to create the Snowpipe. So we have a statement called create pipe. Suppose if I want to alter my pipe in future, so we can alter the pipe name. Okay, pipe execution passed equals to true or false, that means the auto ingestion. Okay, like that we can change some of the properties by using this alter pipe command. And we can use this to pass or resume the pipe. So suppose my pipe is not working, I want to troubleshoot it. In that case, first I will pass my pipe, then I will look into the issue, then I will resume back my snow pipe. Okay, so drop pipe. So if I want to drop the pipe, so if I make sure, if I'm sure that in future I don't need this pipe, so by using drop pipe we can drop this snow pipe. And if I want to see the properties of this pipe, I can execute this command describe pipe. And if I want to see all the pipes available in any database or schema, then I can simply run this command show pipes. So it will display all the pipes available in our Snowflake account. Okay, so the troubleshooting part I will explain in the next session. Okay, so now let's go to practical session. Okay, so let's go to AWS site. Okay, so I'm logging into my AWS account. Okay, because first of all we have to create some folders and upload some files, right? For that, I'm going to AWS side first. So I'm going to my S3 bucket. So if you want to know how we can create AWS account, how we can create AWS S3 bucket, okay, so you can watch my previous video. That is important. So you have to mandatorily watch the previous video to understand better the Snowpipe concept. Okay, so last time I have created two folders already inside my S3 bucket. Now I am creating one more folder with the name pipes. Okay, okay, that means whenever a file appears in this pipes folder, okay, I want to load that file into Snowflake tables immediately. Okay, create folder. Okay, go to this pipes. Suppose if we have different files coming, like some CSV files and JSON files, Parquet files, like that, so we can we can maintain them in the multiple folders again. Suppose if we have multiple source providers and they are copying files, so we can list the folders source name, source A, source B, source C, like that. For now, let's create one more folder inside this pipe. Okay, so with the name, suppose CSV, that means all the CSV files will be coming into this folder. Just a example. So this folder structure can be different in different organizations based on the source providers, or based on the file types, or based on the dates. Okay, there can be many different types of folder structures. Okay, so we have our folder ready. Okay, AWS S3 bucket Jana, this is my S3 bucket name. Inside that I have created a folder pipes. Again there I have created one more file, CSV. Okay, so now let's come back to Snowflake side. Okay, I have prepared all the commands already. So I'm copying this to Snowflake. Okay, so let's go through each and every command in detail. Okay, so first of all, I have to create the required databases and schemas for practicing this session. If the database and schema is not already available, so you can create by executing these commands. In my case, I have these schemas already, external stages, file formats, okay, in MyDB. So I'm not executing. So even though if we execute, nothing will happen, because we are using if not exist, right? That means the schema, if already available, it will not create. If it is not available, then it will create. Okay, so if you want to create, you can create. Okay, then, so in my previous session, right, I have explained how we can create a storage integration object between external cloud storage provider and Snowflake. So I am using the same storage integration object here. I am not explaining again how to create, but here the thing is, whenever we have practiced last time, right, so we have given only two folders, right, CSV and JSON. Now I want to alter my storage integration object so that it will allow one more location. So what is the new location we just have created? Okay, so Snowpipe pipes CSV. So I'm adding the same. Okay, if you see here, so these are already existing in my S3 integration object. Okay, these are all in my previous session I have showed you, right? So these are the two folders I am giving access. So you can see this property of Snowpipe. Sorry, storage integration object, storage allocated locations, storage allowed locations. Okay, so whenever files appears in the locations we specified in this definition of storage integration objects, those only will be loaded to Snowflake. So here I am adding one more folder for this. Okay, pipes CSV. Okay, we can do like this. If the storage integration object already available, we can alter like this. Suppose in your case, if you are directly practicing this session, I suggest don't practice this directly. Practice the previous session, okay, with the name AWS Snowflake integration. Then come to this video. Okay, so like this we can alter. Suppose by mistake it was dropped last time, this storage integration object. What you can do? So you can create a storage integration object by using this command: create or replace storage integration. Specify all the properties and add the storage allocated locations. Okay, and execute this. So in my case, I have this storage integration already. That's why I just ran this command. Okay, so that it will allow this pipe CSV location. Okay, so one thing is completed. The storage integration object setup is completed. Now we have to, what is our second step? Okay, in this where are the steps? What is the second step? We have to create a stage object by using the storage integration object. Okay, so this is my uh, command to create the stage. So I'm not explaining in detail because I have already explained how to create storage, how to create a stage object in my previous videos. Lot of times I have explained. So this is my uh, stage creation command, create or replace stage, the stage name, and this is the URL. That means from this path I want to get the files, and this is the storage integration object I have to use. Just now I have altered it, right? I'm using the same storage integration object and file format object. So if you see, I'm not specifying the file format properties here, but just mentioning the file format object name, because in my previous step, if you see here, I'm creating one file format object. Even how to create a file format object I have explained in the previous sessions. Okay, so I'm creating this file format object. Then by using this file format object, I'm creating a stage object here. Okay, so the second step is completed, right? So creating the stage object by storage integration object, this is completed. Now we have to create a copy command to load and test that, to make sure it will load the data. Okay, so anyway we have executed this so many times, right? So that's why I don't want to run and test this copy command again, because we have tested that many times. Okay, now let's check if the files are available, if any files are available in this uh, folder which we have specified here. So how we can test? By using the list command we can check if any files available in this snowpipe, not snowpipe, in this location, s3 location. Okay, let's run this. So as of now there are no files, that's why it is saying query produce no results. Okay, now let's create a table. Okay, because if we want to load the data from files to Snowflake tables, first of all we have to create a table, right? So I'm creating a table here. Okay, because even I have to write my copy command and put it in the Snowpipe, right? For that a table should be already existing, right? So I'm creating a table called employee data in the public schema of MyDB database. Okay, and I'm going to create a Snowpipe now. So how to create a Snowpipe? Okay, by using the syntax I have already shown you, right? So by using this syntax, create or replace pipe, pipe name auto ingest equals to true, and the copy command. Okay, the same command. But before that I want to place all my pipes into one folder, one schema called pipe schema. Okay, that's why I'm creating, okay, a schema here. Okay, so let me copy this. This is better one always instead of this. So, okay, create schema if not exist the pipes. Okay, so if you see currently there is no pipe schema, so I have created it and refresh it. Now you can see pipe schema is there. So the pipes, snow pipes I'm going to create in future, I want to place all of them in one schema, under one schema called pipes. Okay, you can see that create or replace pipe. Okay, this is my schema where I want to store all my pipes, and for this pipe I am giving the name as employee pipe. So based on the file you are going to load, better you put the snowpipe name with that name only. Okay, so in my case I have created the employee table, right? Employee data I want to load into this employee table. That's why even my snowpipe name I am giving as employee underscore pipe. Okay, auto ingest equals to true, and this is my copy command, copy into this employee data table from this the stage object we have created in the previous steps. Okay, so here we have created that stage aws pipes. This is my external stage name, so I have mentioned the same. And the pattern, so what is the pattern you want to load? So there can be many files, right? In this uh, pipes csv folder we have created here, there can be many types of files like customer file, product file, sales file, employee file. So which file you want to load? Okay, I'm specifying the pattern is employee. That means whatever the file names containing this word employees, those files will be loaded into this into this table. Okay, so whenever a file with this name appears in the s3 bucket, immediately it will be loaded. Okay, so now, so I'm creating this Snowpipe. Okay, Snowpipe successfully created. Now let's see the properties of this pipe. Okay, so because I have to set some notification settings, right? I already told you to make this trigger to, so this notification services we have to set between Snowpipe and external cloud storage provider, right? So for that, what I have to do, first of all, I have to run this describe pipe command, describe pipe name. Okay, then it will give me one property called, let it run. So if you see here, so there is a property called notification channel. So whenever you create some pipe object, by default all these properties will come. So when it was created, what is the name, what is the database and schema it was created, and what is the definition, that means the copy command associated with the Snowpipe. Okay, so who is that owner, and what is the notification channel. So we have to update this notification channel at AWS side. So just copy this. Okay, this ARN notification ARN. Just copy this. Okay. So till this point, I hope you are clear. So we have created a stage object. Then we have created a Snowpipe. Okay, and I'm taking that notification channel ARN from Snowpipe. Now let's go to AWS side. So we have to do that setup, notification channel setup. Okay, so just come to your S3 buckets. So if you are somewhere in the middle, so how you can come back to your S3 bucket? So just simply type S3 here. Okay, click on that S3. Okay, so here it will show you what are the buckets available. So this is my S3 bucket I have created in my previous session. Okay, so here you can see the folders, right? But if you see the top menu options, there is a menu item with the name properties. Just click on that properties. Okay, so there are so many properties of this S3 bucket. We don't need all of them. Just scroll down, scroll down, scroll down until you see this event notifications. Okay, so we have to set event notification only, right? That means whenever the file is available in the S3 bucket, send a notification to the Snowpipe event notification. So copying the file is a event. So whenever that event is happening, send a trigger, send a notification to Snowpipe. So let's create an event notification. Okay, put some name. Okay, I'm giving Snowflake employee, something like this, or Snowpipe employee, some name. So you can put any name. Okay, we have to provide some name, then prefix. That means if these files are available in some folder. Okay, so here these are the properties of this S3 bucket, right? Suppose if I want to send a notification whenever the file appears in some particular folder, okay, then only I have to send a, then only this AWS has to send a notification. So that folders setup we have to do here. So what is the folders we have created? Pipes CSV. Now that means whenever a file appears in this folder of this S3 bucket, then only send a notification to Snowpipe. Okay. Suffix. Just ignore this. Suffix is not required. Okay. Suppose if there are multiple types of files like .csv, .json, .xml. Okay. If you want to create an event only specific type of files, you can put like here .csv, something like this. For now ignore this. Okay, this is not required. And event types. So at what type of event, w- at what type of event a notification should be triggered to Snowpipe, that is important. So there are many types of events. Like if you see all object create events, that means whenever an object has been placed in this folder, then send a notification. Or object removal events, that means when a file is removed from this AWS S3 bucket, then send a notification. Or restore, so whenever you are restoring some objects in this S3 bucket, then send a notification. Okay, like that there are so many notifi ty- there are so many types of notifications. But in our case, what we have to select, whenever the file is ready in the test3 bucket, then a notification should be triggered to Snowpipe, right? So that means whenever the object has been created or placed, okay, by using a put command or post or copy or whatever the way, whenever the object appears in the S3 bucket, then send a notification to Snowpipe. That's why I'm selecting only this part. Okay. Now come all the way down, 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 down. Okay. And we have to do one more setting here, last. Okay. So here we have to specify the destination. That means to which channel or to which account or which to which account I have to send a notification. So here we are specifying the source details. Okay, in this folder whenever file appears, and we are saying like object creation only. Appear means object creation. Whenever some object has been created or placed in this folder, then send a notification, right? Now just understand, send a notification to whom, to where we have to send a notification. That details we have to put in this destination side. Okay, so um, for Snowflake we use this SQSQ. I don't know what is exact meaning of this SQSQ, but this is the setting we have to do. So click on this SQSQ, then there are two options: choose from your SQSQs or enter the ARN. Enter SQS ARN. So we have that ARN, right? We have seen. So here if you see, this is the ARN, we got it from the Snowpipe. So just copy this ARN, sorry. Okay, copy this ARN, paste here and save the changes. Okay, that's it. Simple settings. Okay, just come to your S3 bucket. Okay, um, go to properties. Okay, so if you see there are so many properties, forget about that. Come to event notification. Okay, just to create a create event notification. Okay, provide some name for that event notification. Okay, and the place of the files where we will be getting the files in future, the folder inside that AWS S3 bucket, and just click on this all object create events, then come all the way down and just give SQSQs and copy and paste the ARN from Snowflake side, from the Snowpipe definition. Okay, and click on save changes so that the event notification will be created. Okay, that's it. So now we are done with this step as well. So we have some steps, right? We have created the storage integration object in the first step, then we have created a stage object, and we have prepared our copy command, and we have created the pipe. Okay, from the pipe we have taken, from the pipe definition we have taken the ARN. Okay, and we have copied the ARN in the event notifications at AWS side. Okay, so all the steps are completed. Now what? Okay, let's go back to Snowflake commands. So we have completed till this part, right? So here even I have specified comments clearly. So if you are getting confused, you can just read these comments. Get notification channel ARN, and after running this command, get the notification channel ARN and update the same in event notification SQSQ. Okay, so I have given clear instructions for each and every step. Now, so what the comment is saying, upload the file and verify the data in the table after a minute. Now our Snowpipe setup is completed. That means whenever any file appears in that AWS S3 location, immediately the file will be loaded into this table. So let's check, we have created this table and let's check initially if there are any records. So it is saying query produce no results. That means there is no data in this table initially, right? So now we'll place a file in the S3 location, and after some 20-30 seconds or after a minute we'll run this command and we'll see. Okay, for that we need some files, right? So I have some files available with me, and this is my AWS S3 location. Okay, so let's go to buckets, bucket name, pipes, CSV folder. here I want to place one file, right? So upload, add files. First I am just placing one file. Okay. Snowflake. Okay, I'm placing this employee one. Okay, so just go here and check how many records are there in the file. So you can see there are 101 rows and 100 records because the first row contains the column names: ID, first name, last name, email, location, and department. So there are 100 records, and the first one is Manda Bardal. The last name is Bardal, Manda Bardal, right? Let's copy this file, okay, here, and let's see what will happen. Okay, this file. Okay, now click on upload. So here it is showing the status: upload successfully completed. Now just close this and let's check the file. So in the pipe CSV folder we have a file, okay, named sp underscore employee 1. Okay, so now we have copied a file. Now I am not going to execute any copy command to load this file into my my Snowflake table, because we have already set up some event notification and storage integration, right? And we have created a Snowpipe. Let's wait for some 30 seconds or 40 seconds and just verify the data in this table. Okay, so here is my table. So just check here. See, 100 records loaded. So we did not do manually anything. We just made some setup, and whenever the file is appearing here, immediately that is getting loaded. Okay. Suppose if you want to test it again, just to place another file here. Okay. Upload, add files. So at a time, if you place multiple files also, okay, all files will be loaded. Okay. Let's drop two files here. Okay. Employee 2 and employee 3. Open, upload. So they are uploaded, and let's check here. So in the employee 2, how many records are there? Again 100 records. So we forgot to verify the first record, right? So here in the table, so Manda Bridal. So I have shown you, right, in the Excel sheet. The first record was Manda Bardal. The same has been loaded, right? So now we have copied two files, right? So let's check how many files are there, how many records are there in each file. So second file also contains 100 rows, okay? And let's check the third file. So in the third file also there are 100 rows. The last row is Dory Beaker, something like this. Now let's wait some time, like some 30 seconds, or let's execute the command. It has been some time, right? Now you can see there are 300 rows loaded. So all the three files has been loaded. And let's check what is the last record. So here you can check Dory Beaker. That is the last record from the third file, right? Employee third file and Dory Beaker. So we have all the records loaded into our table. That means our Snowpipe is running as expected, right? So in the next session we'll see if there are some errors in the files, or if there are something. Suppose whenever the files are appearing, Snowpipe is not processing, the data is not getting loaded into the table. In that case, how you can debug your Snowpipe, how you can troubleshoot your Snowpipe, we'll see clearly what are all the steps in troubleshooting in the next session. Okay, I hope this is helpful. So what you can do, first you practice my previous video with the name AWS Snowflake integration. There only I have explained how to create a free AWS account, and how we can create S3 services, and how we can set up storage integration object there. Okay, I have explained everything. First watch that video, practice that session, then come back to the Snowpipe and execute these commands. Okay, I hope this will help you. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you have any doubts you can reach me on this email ID. Thank you.